Alright everybody, here we are with a 2018 Heritage Softail Classic. I'll have to get the name of this color for you. I don't know what it is. This is my first time on a new 114 Softail. Hopefully I'll be riding the Fat Bob after this. They said they'd get it out for me, get it all ready to go. But Old Road Harley Davidson in Santa Clarita. It's kind of a smaller dealership, but a little more homey feel. It's my local dealership, so I go there a lot to get like my parts and stuff. So not a whole lot to say, just 114 cubic inch, so this is the bigger engine. Just getting into this parking lot, I really don't like the angle of these handlebars, but that's totally adjustable. So it's got, let's see, single disc. It's got the LED headlamp, it's got the windshield standard, the blacked out forks. Actually, most of the engine's blacked out. Actually, nice little contrast there, a little bit of shiny underneath, but it's got the blacked out heads. Leather saddlebags. They have a very specific route that I'm allowed to take. I asked permission to actually come over here and do the quick walk around. So off we go. So a couple things that need to be adjusted. I can barely get my foot underneath the gear shift to upshift, and it doesn't have the heel toe. Clutch is freaking smooth. Counterbalance motors trip. It's still got a little grunt to it, but it's just smooth running. It's crazy. Hopefully I'll get a chance to try out this 114. I was hoping to do more like the path that I took on the Indian test rides, but they said negative on that one because that ride is kind of a little bit of mountain, a little bit of freeway. But I get it. You know, their bike, it's brand new. Lucky to be riding it at all. So this one's got the digital fuel gauge. It's going to have the digital little message center where you can change things, probably gear indicator and all that good stuff, with the analog for the speedometer. I'll give you my little disclaimer. I don't claim to know everything about bikes at all. I'm just another guy that loves to ride. So I ride every bike I possibly can. I'll give the same disclaimer when I'm riding the Fat Bob, just in case somebody who doesn't watch this one. Oh yeah. Loving it already. Yeah, the 114's got some balls. I could see how you did not realize how fast you're going on this. Because I mean, this 114 gets up and freaking goes, man. I'm not a big fan of the Heritage. Honestly, it's just not my bike. I'm not going to badmouth anybody who rides one. It's up to you. It's your opinion. I just don't like this. It's really not for me. This windshield seems to do the job. There's no buffeting. Seems like it's pushing everything up over my head. Honestly, I think I like this single shock rear suspension. It's really super smooth. I've actually never ridden a Softail before now, so this is a first. God, these new transmissions are so freaking smooth. It's still got a little bit of the Harley clank when you shift, but it glides right into gear. Definitely needs some more sound. It's got a little bit of grunt to it with the stock exhaust, but it definitely needs more. That's funny. I always wave at that was a motor officer. I always wave to him. Just, you know, it's another brother on two wheels. I wave at everybody. So they quite often seem surprised when I give them a wave. think with this seating position, I definitely need some crash bars and highway pegs, because I don't know, I like to stretch out just a little bit more when I ride. What I do on my 09 Fat Bob is I kick my legs out and I rest the backs of my, like the back of my ankle. I rest them on my forward controls just to give me that stretched out position for a little while. And it seems to work out pretty good, but there's no way to do that on this one. I don't feel like I'm on a Harley right now. This is just not what I'm used to. The stock seat is just beyond comfortable for what I'm used to with a stock Harley seat. Just definitely got a little get up and go. Wish I could try it out a little more, but yeah, just on this road alone, I've already passed by 2 cops, so I can't really jump on it too much. And the road we're on right now, which is probably why that motor officer is here, people haul ass on this road and go like 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, so they've been kind of keeping an eye on this road for a while. Now, even though I don't really like the Heritage, if I was out on vacation somewhere and wanted to rent a bike and they told me also got as a Heritage, I'd be okay with it for the day. This color is pretty cool too. I gotta figure out what the name is with this color. I wonder how many miles you're putting on these demo bikes. I don't know where the button is to switch it. Is that it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's only got 20 miles on it. Wow. I figured people were demo riding the crap out of these. I'm shocked. I don't know how much they have on them when they come from the factory. Okay, so it's a little different for a demo ride because they let me take the bike out on my own, which is very cool. I just wish they'd let me have it a little longer, because all I get to do right now is make a U-turn right here and go right back to where I was. So I get, you know, about a 10-minute ride. But that's alright. Like I said, this is the first time they've ever let me just take one and go for a ride. I gotta spend more time at some of the other shops. Let them get to know me. Maybe they'll let me take them. Like Top Rocker. Wow, pretty easy to U-turn this thing too. So I'm getting this done early before it gets too hot. I haven't even been out riding in like a couple weeks. Partly because I worked 170 hours over the last 2 weeks, and all the days that I was off it was like 114 degrees, which I'm sorry, that's just too freaking hot to ride, and it wouldn't even be fun, honestly. I'd be miserable the whole time. Every time I'd stop at a light, my legs would be burning. So I just left the bike parked. This thing's a trip when you downshift on these new ones. It doesn't really, you don't get that lurch forward, because I really wasn't rev matching very well, and I still really wasn't feeling it when I was downshifting. It's so smooth. Hell yeah, no vibration at all up here. Kind of freaking me out a little bit. Don't want to push it it any harder than this. It is a bike with only 20 miles on it, needs to break in, and it's eventually going to be somebody's bike. So we are going to head back to Old Road Harley Davidson in Santa Clarita, and hopefully they got the Fat Bob out for me to take a spin. So if you're just looking for an everyday idiot's point of view on the new bikes, go ahead and make sure to tune in and watch that one too, and let me know what you think. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the camera rolling until I get back, let you guys get a front view of Old Road Harley. It really is a cool little store. It's just, it's not what you expect, because most Harley stores are gigantic. But like Dave, he's the salesman there. He's like the head salesman. And there's only, I think, 2 or 3 salesmen at the place. But Dave, he's a good dude. They made me do a little driving test before I could take off on the bike. They made me go down to the end of their, they got like this back area that you can go into that they share with another business. So it's, you know, kind of wide, but they make you ride back there, do a U-turn, and then they give you the go-ahead to take their bike out on the road. I guess that's because they let you actually take them out for a spin on your own. They just don't have the staff here to do escorted. I think throw some exhaust in oh, it's already got a high flow on it. Throw some exhaust on this thing and have it retuned. Damn, it'll be a nice bike. So my test ride on the Heritage Softail is coming to an end. And there is Old Road Harley Davidson. And I've got nowhere to park. Alright, I'll catch you for the Fat Bob.